Yo, 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 yo. It's 2024, yo. Soup, what up? It's 2024. Oh, man. Good morning. Hope everybody had a great New Year's celebration. If you celebrated, if not, I just hope that it's been a nice segue from last year into the new year, man. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm moving around, you know? Maybe I'm just like moving and not telling people. You know, I can be tricky like that. Maybe. Who knows, man? It's good to see you, Soup. It's good to see everybody for our first stream of 2024. What stream is at the end of the replay? The one where I was Princess Leia? Is that the one you're talking about? That's Outlast. Yeah. If that's the one you're talking about, the Princess Leia one, then that's Outlast. I don't know exactly. There's a bunch of montages in there, so I don't know which one you're talking about. Right before it ended. Oh, where I was talking about, you don't stick your Witcher sword in crazy? It's probably The Witcher. Probably. But I had it zoomed in, so I can't remember exactly. Yeah, it's probably The Witcher 3. Probably The Witcher 3. That's probably why I was talking about you don't stick your Witcher sword in crazy. Yeah. So, I don't really have gameplay planned for today. The plan for today is for us to just hang, dude. We're gonna do video gaming news, obviously. And then after we finish that, we're gonna work on updating or basically creating our 2024 schedule, kind of like we did for this one last year. Last year we took a couple of days and we just hung out. We looked at a bunch of trailers. We got really prepared for what we were going to be streaming and playing in the community, the channel here, throughout the year, and that's what we're going to do. So Tekken 8 for a year? No, I doubt that one. But look, man, I love fighting games. I do love fighting games. I'm a big proponent. I think there's so much skill that goes into fighting games. I'm actually, I've been a pretty avid viewer of competitive fighting games for quite some time. I used to play a lot of fighting games when I was younger. I used to play a lot. I never got into Tekken that much, but I did play a little bit of Tekken. Whenever I was younger, I remember like playing King. I liked playing King when I was younger. King had a lot of combo button stuff you could do to slam people, which was a lot of fun. And I liked playing King because of that. You could do grapple combos, which was a lot of fun. But I always played a lot of Street Fighter. Dude, I played Darkstalkers, a lot of different fighting games when I was younger. Mortal Kombat, a lot of Mortal Kombat, stuff like that. But I've kind of moved away from it as I've gotten older. But I love watching it, dude. I love watching fighting games. I love the competitive scene because there are people that are so good at it, you know. I don't feel like I have the time and patience to devote to getting good at fighting games because I like to play too many different games, you know. I like playing too many different games to devote that amount of time to get that good. But watching the competitive players is a lot of fun. They're incredibly skilled. A lot of knowledge, a lot of skill. It's so much fun to watch. That's why I love watching Evo. But I love watching competitive Tekken, Street Fighter, stuff like that. So I still watch, like, every once in a while. I'll throw on some competitive stuff while I'm like working on content at the end of the night or something. If I see there's a competitive tournament going on, I'll throw that on as like background to watch and listen to while I work on content and stuff. I love fighting games, dude. I think they're great.
Rockstar presents Grand Theft Auto 6. It's a long road, dude.
Dude. You know who that reminds me of? Oh Jesus, I'm blanking his name right now. God dang it. Doot, bro. Doot. Musical artist, man. He's flipping phenomenal too. He's wild. I'll think of it in a little bit. Yo, nice TTS soup. Nice. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. I digress, I guess. It's good to see everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I hope everybody had a great, wonderful, fantastic, fun-filled, relaxing transition and celebration from our move from 2023 to 2024, man. And let's go ahead and get started, man. Let's dive in here and see what we got for the news. And then we'll start building our schedule together. The schedule is fun because, well, a lot of what it is going through and looking at not only a backlog of what we haven't played yet in the community in the stream that we want to play, but looking at all the like upcoming games for 2024. We do a lot of that. We watch a lot of trailers. We look at when these games are supposed to be releasing, so we get to like put them on the schedule if we're really interested in playing it. It's a lot of fun making the schedule. So we'll probably spend the next couple of stream days at least just working on building our schedule out, and it is tentative, so understand that the schedule changes as we move forward. It's just something that kind of gives us a nice roadmap for what to expect for everybody out of what we're going to be doing here in the channel. But yeah, I don't know, man. Happy 2015, bro. It does seem like just about a year ago. Time flies, man. Time flies, dude, especially when you're having fun. Seems like 2023 went by like that, dude. Like that. All right, let's do it, man. Let's jump into video gaming news. It's good to see everybody. And let's see what's going on in the industry right now. Cool, let's go. Let's get it. Let me just start off with this. Epic Games. Right now, Escape Academy is your free game. You've got another free game coming in just over 3 hours, okay? So go ahead, jump in here, get your free game, Escape Academy, and then be prepared to grab the new free game, which is going to be available in just over 3 hours, okay? So grab this on Epic. It just makes sense. Even if you're not a fan of having new games on a different platform or a library on a different platform, it's free, dude. It's free. And it's really hard to argue with that. So just, I don't know, take advantage of where you can get your free cheap content, stuff like that. And I can tell you, I've got almost 300 games in my library right now of a lot of really good banger games, dude, that I have paid for only a handful at the most of these. So do yourselves a favor, take advantage of this opportunity. Highly recommend doing that. Let's see what else we got here. We've got so much of this stuff up, dude. But I might go ahead and pull up like, dude, I thought I had IGN up. Maybe not. I'll pull up this one just for later. Just put that there. I knew we'd be like getting, throttled with this kind of stuff. Ooh, Mickey Mouse Must Be Exterminated, new horror game, Infestation 88. Oh, I'm down, dude. I hate Mickey Mouse. He's terrifying, dude. I don't like Mickey Mouse. Not a fan. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Yeah, over 9,000 total employees fired in the video gaming industry alone. This is not including the like tech industry. Tech industry was, I think, well over double this. It was pretty brutal. It was a brutal year, man. We talked about it a lot. Here's to hoping that 2024 will be a better year. I would hate to have to go ahead and start this year out with the same kind of sentiments we left off with in video gaming news. I'll have an article up tomorrow probably on how we had to end the year talking about more layoffs. A really good article we read about how, you know, the year was really good for video game releases, but it was absolutely overshadowed by the darkness of how many layoffs there were in the industry, you know, and that'll be up very soon on the YouTube channel. Make some basic fries, yo, dude. $70 quality. Nice soup, yeah, yeah. Fry it and call it premium. Yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah. There's not that often, dude. That's a pretty nice analogy. There's not that often that you buy into a you know, some AAA fries and actually get AAA quality fries. You know what I mean? That's flipping hilarious, dude. Yeah, it doesn't happen very often, right? That's funny, man. Oh my god, Retro Gaming Watch is a new smartwatch that flips open. Give me that, dude. That's so dope. That's so sick, dude. Microsoft boss changes tune after criticism of UK. Is this Phil Spencer? Let's see what he has to say there. "10 years later, Valve is moving on from CSGO." Let's see what they're talking about here. I know what Pinky wants. Pinky wants TF3, you know? Pinky's like, fine, move on from CSGO, but give me TF3. To be fair, I mean, Valve has been very, very focused on hardware rather than software, especially over like the past half decade. So I don't know that we'll see them really pivot away from that moving forward, but we'll see. Ooh, innocent players are being banned out of the finals by mistake. That does not feel good. I am actually potentially going to be trying out the finals this weekend. Not on stream yet. I think me and my son are gonna hop in here and play around with some of the finals, and I'll let you guys know. And if I enjoy it and think it's worth streaming, then who knows, dude? Maybe we get in here and play a little bit together or whatever. But I am planning on playing the finals, and I'll let you guys know how I feel about it. From what I know of the game, it seems like a pretty good FPS game, but the cheating worries me. Xbox achievement overhaul coming this year. Let's see what this is. Man, we vibing this morning, you know what I'm saying? Let's go. Ooh, Stars play tonight. Let's go. Woo, we put a beat down on the Chicago Blackhawks. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Put a beat down on New Year's Eve. 8-1. It was a fun game to watch. Put an absolute spanking on them. Clap those cheeks. You know what I'm saying? Bro, look, man, I get it. Yeah, let me just say, I know not everybody's a sports fan and stuff, but if you keep up with hockey, Connor Bedard is, you know, he's very, very young. We're talking about like still a teenager playing in professional sports, and he's a rookie this year. He's supposed to be like a once in a generation talent kind of person, you know, and we'll see how his career ends up and everything. And I can already see, you know, just at the young age he's at, you know, he's got phenomenal talent. Bro, he came in for a hit when I think it was Duchesne, one of our forwards. He came in on a hit for Duchesne and got obliterated. That's that lack of experience in the NHL. And I gotta be honest, it was really cool to see it. Yeah, one second. All right, sorry. The football. Yeah. Dude, I played a lot of football or soccer, whatever you want to call it, growing up. I loved playing it. It was my favorite sport to play. Favorite sport to play, but I can't watch it, dude. It's boring for me to watch. Our balls. Yeah, dude. Hold on. I'll take those balls too, though. I love balls. Shout out to Gabs. Hopefully we'll get to see Gabs here before long. Gabs has been on vacation. Where'd she go? I think India, something like that. Gabs has been India or Thailand. Where'd she go? One of those, I think. I think it was Thailand. I think it might have been Thailand where she went. So hopefully Gabs will be back before long. We love our Gabs. Shout out to Gabs. Gabs made that gift for us. But yeah, dude, that it's funny, you know, just to see that happen. Like that inexperience of somebody like that even supposed to be that talented coming into the league and then like going in for a big hit and then just get like back checked and get stood up. I mean, like obliterated. And then we scored on him too. And it was like, whoo, you know, but that's that inexperience. That's that. I mean, he's going to learn from that. That's stuff to learn from and everything. So I don't know. It's coming. That team's going to be very good, in large part because of him, for sure. I think that. I truly think that. We got this up. What? Oh. Yeah, I don't know, dude. The football, like the football soccer stuff, like I just can't watch it. It just does not appeal to me. Dude, I loved playing it. I loved playing soccer. It was my jam, dude. And it was so much fun. But just to watch it is boring to me. Super boring. I don't know what it is. And what's funny is like, dude, you say that in like many parts of the world and you will get obliterated, you know? Yeah, watch World Cup instead. Yeah, I'll watch some World Cup stuff and everything like that. But it's just, I don't know. I still just sit there and I'm like, God, this is kind of boring. But a lot of people feel that about different kinds of sports, you know? Like, I can watch baseball because I grew up being a big baseball fan. I grew up watching baseball as well, like as a viewer. I played it a lot also, but I grew up watching it with my dad. I can't watch any other team but my favorite team, because otherwise I just can't get into it. But a lot of other people are like, God, baseball is so boring. So I understand it, dude. I get it. I get it. I think everybody has their own kinds of sports stuff that appeals to them. And again, I think that even for me, soccer was, dude, my favorite sport. I loved it. I loved it so much. Playing it was so much fun. High intensity, very, very fast paced. A lot of fun to play. Very competitive. And yet watching it, it's not there for me, dude. It never has been. Could never get into it. Just watching it. What's CBT Sports? What is that? Is that like a sports network in that area? Let's go to this. Let's take some sports stuff out of here, actually. I'm missing one. Whatever. Go with it. I can't think. Oh, yeah? Oh, okay. Cool, Soup. Nice. Nice. I'll have to look into it. All right. So what's up? We got any like New Year's resolutions? Anybody doing any New Year's resolutions? Huh? Yeah? Yeah, what's that? Dude, shouldn't we have a Games Done Quick coming up for too long? Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, Awesome Games Done Quick hits January 14th through the 21st. Nice, nice, nice. Let's pull this up. We'll talk about that. Awesome Games Done Quick is a great, great thing. For sure. We need to be promoting that and looking into that. Love Games Done Quick, dude. DBD movie gets exciting update from producer. And applying what? Oh, Jesus Christ. Yo, shut your
Was
mouth.
pretty enjoyable.
No, shut up. Flipping AI, dude. It's like I mean, we talk about AI a lot, right? The thing about AI is like it's inevitable. AI mechanics or incorporations of technology for game development, right? I hate the fact that it's called AI. It's not really sentient technology, you know, of what by default AI is really supposed to be, you know. So I'm not a fan of it being called AI, but there's no going back now. It's been deemed that. It is what it is. It is a very, very slippery slope kind of subject. There are a lot of moral and ethical concerns behind it, and I think that we keep talking about it. It keeps coming up. These bigger corporations are obviously going to be continuing to try and incorporate it in ways that are more often than not unethical, right? And we have to be hyper aware and concerned and pay attention to how it's being utilized to hold these companies accountable for utilizing it the right way. It's inevitable it's going to be used, right? You have to just embrace for that fact. But holding them accountable for doing it the right way is what has to be done, you know? Oh, word, dude. Yeah, word up. Nice, dude. Okay, cool. Yeah. Bro. Hold on, dog. God dang, dude. That's flipping funny, dog. Oh my god, dude. Jesus soup, that's flipping funny, dog. Oh my god. That's a great way to start out the day, dude. Oh my god. Oh jeez. Oh bro. That's too much, dog. Highly competitive. God dang, dude. Oh, that's funny, man. Yeah, absolutely. That's funny, dude. Oh man. Excuse me. Okay. Gaming Bible can get wrecked. Oh, dude. The Paper Mario Switch, the Switch remake for Paper Mario is getting rated, dude, which means it's well on its way. Yeah, it'll be here very, very soon, even though there's not an official date. Yeah. Yeah, soup. I don't see how Mortal Kombat is doing this. They're just starting over, naming games that have Mortal Kombat 2. Like, it's weird. It was weird to me that they called it Mortal Kombat 1. We've already had Mortal Kombat 1. It wasn't called Mortal Kombat 1. It was called Mortal Kombat. But it was still Mortal Kombat 1. That's what people will refer to it as. To, deliberately let people know they're talking about the original Mortal Kombat. And now we have Mortal Kombat 1 again. So what, the next one's going to be Mortal Kombat 2? The second? I don't understand. That was always weird to me. I don't understand why Ed Boon decided, and NetherRealm decided that was the play. It felt like they should have gone with Mortal Kombat 1, rewind or something like that. Like, differentiate it. It's just weird to me. But we'll see what happens. We'll go one more page since we didn't do any news yesterday since the stream was down. Let's see if we get anything else in here. Brutal. Yeah, for sure, dude. I'm glad too. Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't think it's a secret at this point for anybody that hangs out here. I am going to try and I personally feel people need to take a hard look at you know, PC gaming if you're not already doing PC gaming. I understand why, you know, people don't want to take a dive in there. There are pros and cons to both. But for me, I want people to be able to access gaming in the fashion it's going to give you, and the platform that's going to give you the best opportunity to get the most enjoyment out of how you're going to be able to access, you know. So, personally, I've just seen a lot of scumminess on the side of console, especially over the past like decade, that has really moved me away from it. So if I can entice people to and educate people to on that front to at least entertain the idea of, you know, getting into PC gaming a little bit, so they can also experience why there is a difference and what those differences are, and why I might, you know, feel I feel pretty significantly that there's a big difference in the quality of what consumers get out of the PC world as opposed to the console world nowadays. But overall, as long as you're whatever you're buying into, you're enjoying, because that's what video games are about, is enjoyment. You know, then I'm not gonna dog anybody for personally getting into any side of gaming that's giving them the immersion that they're looking for, the enjoyment they're looking for. But I will continue to bust on the companies for doing scummy stuff, you know. So I'm not gonna bust on individual people for enjoying the gaming worlds they love. But if there's companies doing scummy stuff, I will continue to rip them apart, because it's disgusting to me, and I just can't sit by and not, you know, pick that kind of stuff apart and call them out and shine light on those kinds of things. Mobile gaming as well is such a menace to society. You know, it's funny how different those worlds are too. When you talk about like mobile versus, you know, most other facets of gaming, which it's becoming more meshed today than it's ever been. Like, a lot of the mechanics that started out in mobile gaming have worked their way into the console and PC side of gaming and everything too. It's still quite a ways away, but you know, it's the prominence of a lot of the eastern side of the world and how they've, you know, really first and foremost adopted the mobile mechanics, mobile gaming mechanics, and been okay with it. That's really made it such a prominent thing in the industry, right? There's a big difference between the way a lot of the eastern hemisphere of the world addresses mobile gaming and still the western hemisphere of the world addresses mobile gaming, you know. yeah So it's but mobile gaming has also been a much more prominent thing in the eastern hemisphere of the world, first and foremost, than it ever was in the western. I mean, it's always becoming more and more popular all the way across the globe, but yeah, it's definitely a different world, no doubt about it. And I think that's why there's no really getting around it. What's weird is that, like, now we see China, where a lot of this gaming, you know, not that it's just China, but a lot of the mobile gaming stuff originated in China, right? But now China's like regulating it really heavily. Yeah, China's like regulating the crap out of it now, to where some of the major, you know, corporations, gaming developers and publishers out of China are suffering heavily. Tencent, NetEase, stuff like that. But that's why I think it's important that people be educated on the differences of like a lot of what mobile gaming is gotcha stuff and gamba, basically, right? It's like gaming incorporated gambling, is basically what it comes down to, right? And I think everybody's got their own personal lifestyle that can accommodate a certain amount of buying into that kind of stuff for gaming. And yeah, so this is kind of the way I approach it myself as a gamer. It can be a very addictive thing, right? Like the gacha mechanics, the gambling mechanics in gaming, it can be very, very, very addictive because it is gambling. In my opinion, almost all of it is right there, same lines of any other gambling you can do in life. It gives you a thrill. It's something that locks you into this premise of, you know, it's an adrenaline pumping kind of thing. And there are certain people in the world that cannot help themselves when it comes to those kinds of mechanics, whether it be with gambling on sports or pulling a slot machine or gambling in a gacha game. Doesn't matter. They just can't help themselves. So when it comes to the gambling in games, I think that, you know, people need to be educated about what it is, how similar it is, you know, these mechanics that are incorporated in gaming today, how similar they are. Yo, what up, True? Happy New Year, my friend. How you doing? And a lot of it comes down to education. I educate my kids on it. You know, my son loves Genshin. My son loves Genshin Impact. And it's been a large part of me, you know, watching him play and letting him get into that universe has been education on my part. As, you know, a gaming enthusiast myself, I've played many of gacha games. And a lot of what it comes down to for me is like educating my son on, you know, that premise that I preach all the time about, you know, because Genshin's a free game too, right? It's a free game. But how much time are you getting out of that game? It's a very well-developed piece of software. It's a very well-developed game. And if, you know, you're getting a large amount of game time out of that game, it's appropriate to give back to the developers from time to time, right? That makes sense. If they're doing right by you and you're just getting free game time, it's appropriate to look at how much time you've spent every once in a while and go, you know what, man? I should just support these developers. They're doing right by me. They're continuing to add content, good content. They're taking care of the community. They're taking care of the software, stuff like that, you know? And give back occasionally, right? But there's a real delicate balance between that notion and getting sucked into that rabbit hole of the gacha mechanics as well, yeah? And that's what I try to educate my kids on is, you know, it's like it's appropriate to give back to good developers. That's something you should be looking at, right? We should be supporting the good developers and stuff. But if it's a gacha kind of game or if it's a game that has like gambling mechanics in it and stuff, you need to be very careful. There's something that I teach to my kids, you know, like in my son with Genshin. It's like, if you know that like a banner's coming up or whatever that you're really interested in, you need to be saving your summons up. You know what I mean? Saving your summons up for that banner. Because if not, then the only way that you're going to get more probably is by buying in, right? And then that's a way that you can also get sucked into that rabbit hole, yeah? And so it's a very slippery slope. There's nothing wrong, I think, with a very well-developed game. Most games nowadays have some kind of gambling kind of mechanic in them, especially if they originally developed out of a mobile sphere of gaming, you know? And I think that the best thing we can do is try to educate people on how to be safe and try to not get sucked into the premise of basically all of a sudden finding out that you've put way more money into a game that you didn't mean to, because that happens, right? That's where the gambling addiction comes in. Just summon one more time. Just, oh, I didn't get what I wanted. Just summon one more time. I didn't get what I wanted. Just summon one more time. Just one more time, didn't get what I wanted. That's the same thing as like, you know, a slot machine. Oh God, I know if I go one more time, I'll hit. If I go one more time, I'll hit. If I go one more time, I'll hit. You know what I mean? It's the same premise. It's an adrenaline kind of thing. It's a, you know, you get kind of this premise in your head that, you know, the next one's the one. The next one's the one, you know? But you can't look at it like that. I think you got to set limits. You have to set limits for yourself. There's nothing, I think, you know, for adults and I think my big thing for gambling, especially as children, children are not equipped enough mentally to understand how addictive gambling can be. And I think that that's where we really have to get better in the gaming industry all the way around. Is gambling mechanics should not be available to kids. You know, anybody that's of an age where they're not cognitively fully functioning yet. They don't understand how those kinds of things work and how they can affect you as a person, how they can overtake your life, the catastrophic potential consequences of being addicted to something like that. You know, I think that's why we have to be better on that front in gaming all the way around, as well as, you know, I think any game that incorporates gambling to any extent, you know, needs to have resources available for whatever region you can play the game in. Resources for if you find yourself in a situation where you're feeling like you can't help yourself from the gambling stuff that's going on in the game, you know, you're getting too caught up in it, resources to reach out, find help. Even if it's just a phone call or whatever, be like, yo, I'm having issues with, you know, I feel like I'm addicted to this or what, you know. There needs to be resources for help because it's a very addictive kind of thing. And again, I think it's an amount of consuming things in moderation. I talk about that a lot. You know, anything in life can be consumed in excess, basically. You know, whether you want to talk about substances, you know, or entertainment in lots of its forms and fashions, you know, gambling. There's so many things in life that can become an addiction for people, and if you don't teach yourself and learn how to consume things in moderation, it can hugely have negative impacts on your life as a whole, you know. And gambling's a huge one. I think for a lot of people, they just don't know how to stop. So I think education on that front is a huge thing that needs to happen in the gaming industry for sure. And there needs to be resources for people also. Yeah. And I think that, again, I think it's appropriate. I think if you're getting a good amount of game time out of a game, then I'm a huge advocate of supporting developers that are giving you quality content, you know? Quality content, continued content. If you're getting many hours of gameplay out of a game and you know, support the devs, you know, that's appropriate. But you got to be careful if you're supporting them through gotcha mechanics or gambling mechanics, and that's how you've decided to support. You've got to be careful about understanding that can potentially be an addictive thing for you as a person that you need to set a limit for. I think that's the best thing you can do. You're going to support, know before you even embark on that gambling kind of thing how much you're going to be putting in there. And then once you hit that limit, you stop, dude. You know that you have to stop right there. I think that's the biggest thing, you know. We got some random mode going on. Let's go. What is this, dude? Okay. Yo, True, nice rando mode, friendo. All right, we'll keep going. Horizon MMORPG is now essentially confirmed. Okay. Woman throws out Alexa after it starts talking to her husband without any prompts. I'll tell you straight up, and I know, like, I've got a smartphone. But look, dude, I don't use voice command stuff on my smartphone either. I know it still listens to me. If you think that your smartphone's not, like, listening to you and data mining you, no matter what, you're out of your mind. But I don't do smart home stuff. Mostly because I don't want something, I don't want things in my home all the time that are listening to everything. I don't have anything to hide, but I also feel like it's an invasion of privacy. If you have something set up in your house where you just go, Alexa, and it goes, yep, it's listening all the time. And who manages these things? People manage these companies and these devices and these servers, and you know what I mean? So if you think that people can't just get in here and listen to what's gone on or going on in your house, you know what I mean? Think again, dude. So whether it be the Google Home stuff or the Amazon Home stuff or whatever, I don't do it. And it's because of that. They are always listening to everything you say and do. And again, I have nothing to hide. But it's that premise of maintaining some semblance of privacy that I am about. Yeah. And that is something I feel like encroaches heavily upon not giving you any privacy anymore. Oh no, I don't speak to my phone, dude. I don't speak to my TV. I don't have any of the voice stuff activated on anything. I don't speak to anything in my house like that besides my family. If I want to talk to somebody, I talk to a person, dude. I don't talk to technology. I don't do any of that. Oh. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Can confirm. Can confirm.
I'm the one in control. The one with the crown. Who never back down.
Look, that's why I think I know for I operate under the premise that the government will always be listening to me.
I'm the one in control.
That's just something that you know, but at the same time, like I said, I don't have anything to hide, you know. So you know, it's like I figure that to an extent they're just keeping track of, you know, where I'm at, the things I do, the, you know, stuff, you know, maybe hopping in here and watching the stream every once in a while. You know what I mean? But I think that this day and age, unless you're like completely off the grid, and I mean completely off the grid, like living off the land in some remote location, you don't ever access technology. It's most places you're not going to be able to get away from it, you know. Obviously, because of my past careers and things like that, I have reason to believe that the government will always you know, keep track of me in certain forms and fashions. And but I don't have anything to hide, and I don't know, it is what it is. Yeah. You get data mined heavily, right? Yeah. I hate that too. Yeah, you get data mined pretty significantly, and that's why I say that, like, even whenever I can, you know, even when you talk, your phone listens, you know, because there will be occasions where you can even say things that you haven't searched for on your phone or whatever, you just be talking to somebody else, and then you pull up your phone, and you know, you'll be looking at something. There'll be an ad for one of those things you were talking about. You know, it's pretty gross, dude. It's pretty gross. But again, I think that, you know, I eliminate as much of it as possible. But you know, that's why I say it's like, it's inevitable. I think that you can't get away from all of it. You know, I'm a tech junkie, dude. You know, I've got degrees in technology. I've got a lot of certifications in technology. I've worked in the career field for a good amount of time. I love tech, dude. I really do. But it can be, that's I think, you know, with many things in life, and technology is at the top of this list. It can be used for great things, and then it can be used for a lot of really bad things too, you know, and you just got to be careful with it. I don't think a lot of people think about the premise of like how easy it is for it to be used maliciously, and they just don't protect themselves with it. And that's why I'm careful with it, you know. Weirdos listening to my thoughts. Yep. Mortal Kombat 1 is reportedly receiving new online features. Cool. Sonic Prime's getting a physical release. True, we got any New Year's resolutions? Huh? I think this will do it. We're gonna start here. We'll start here for the day. So these will be our articles, and again, eat more. Yo, I'm down with that too. But one of my New Year's resolutions is to just try to be a bit healthier. I'm gonna try to eat a little bit healthier. Try to get working. I'm not necessarily trying to lose weight or anything. Just try to be a bit healthier. Not eat quite as much crap food. I'm not planning on eating less, but maybe replace some just junk crap meals with some decent food, and work out a little bit more. That's kind of my New Year's resolution. Oh, dude, I'm not. Oh, for real? Yeah. I've been doing better at that over the past few years, actually. I've been doing quite a bit better at that. I never was very good. The past few years, I've been doing pretty well. So I didn't need to necessarily make that resolution. I just need to keep that up, I think. But that's a good one. I like that. Yeah, that's a good one. Because, dude, I mean, I've lived away from family for a long time now. Most of my family I haven't lived close to since I was a very, very young adult, you know. And I've done pretty good over the past few years of being the one that reaches out to people, stays in touch. I think I've realized that as I've gotten a little bit older too, that like I've lost people in my life over the years. I mean, even as a young person, I lost people in my life, and I think as I got a little bit older, I realized that you know, life can be very fleeting. It goes very fast, and if you don't take the time every once in a while to reach out to people that you care about, and just, you know, I think it's more about not having regrets of not taking the time, because we all have busy lives, and it's easy to say, well, I just didn't have time. And I think over the past few years, I realized that like that's not a good enough excuse for me, you know. And so the people that have made an impact in my life, the people that have been there for me in the past, and that I care about and stuff, I've made a point to try to reach out to those people over the past few years and stay in touch, and just, you know, keep in contact every once in a while and make sure they're doing all right and stuff like that. I think it's important, you know. So I've been doing all right on that front. What's funny is like when we were hanging out with family during the New Year's Eve, we were talking about New Year's resolutions, and I was like, I'm gonna try to not gain over 20 pounds. I was like, I think that's obtainable. I think that's an achievable goal, you know. I feel like that's one that I could probably achieve, you know. But honestly, I think I just need to get much better at eating better foods. I used to be so good, you know. I used to be a gym rat. I used to eat great food all the time. She makes, well, and the thing is, my wife makes really good food, and she makes pretty healthy food too, but I'm really bad at it. I'm a horrible snacker. I'm a horrible snacker. You guys see it, bro? I'll be smashing down like flipping sesame, dude. Carbs, constant carbs, you know what I mean? I just smash carbs. I've got like a bowl of candy over here, you know. Like, what I need to be doing is not eating as many carbs. The snacking's terrible for me. So what I need to be doing, I'm going to start trying to replace a lot of my bad snack habits with like fruits and nuts. Like, I love almonds, dude. I need to be sitting here eating almonds and like eating fruits, like stuff like that, instead of eating just trash carbs, you know what I mean? And I need to get into a habit of working out a few times a week again as well, you know, just to get back into decent shape. I don't want to lose weight, I'll be honest with you. Fruits and nuts, cheese, yeah, dude, yeah, stuff like that is fine, but I eat way too many carbs, dude. I do. I just smoke carbs all the time. It's like brutal. It's so bad, you know? So I'm going to try to replace some of that with some healthier foods, eat a little bit better, you know, work out a little bit more, see if I can't just get into better shape, feel a little bit healthier, get into a little bit better shape. I don't want to lose weight. Just straight up, I don't care to lose weight. I don't want to lose weight. I like the weight I'm at. I need to transform a little bit of that weight. You know what I mean? That's it. Healthier weight, you know what I mean? Yeah, so that's all I'm looking to do. Let's dive in here. Happy 2024. Let's get this these gaming news articles going. We're gonna rock our way. I looked through, our search was from the 31st through today, the 2nd. Try to catch anything we might have missed. So we'll run through these articles. This will be our first video gaming news segment of 2024. We'll rock through here, and then the rest of the day we'll be building our new schedule of what games we're going to play for the coming year. Okay, so it'll be a cool day. We'll hang out, we'll look at all of our backlog we have, games we didn't get played last year, games that are coming this year. We'll be watching a bunch of trailers and stuff. It'll be a chill day. We'll just hang out and have fun. It'll probably be the next couple of streams. Actually, tomorrow will be a down day because it's Wednesday. That's our normal day off. So but Thursday will also probably be a day where we just work on creating our schedule. Okay, so the next couple of days are just going to be chill, watching a lot of trailers, talking about what games we want to play together, things like that. All right, but let's go ahead and do this news stuff, and then we'll get in there and start working on that. ESRB is the latest to rate Paper Mario Switch remake. Thousand Year Door still doesn't have a confirmed release date. But it's getting rated, which means that it's going to be coming very soon. Paper Mario Thousand Year Door Remake has been rated by the USA's ESRB. The game, which currently only has a 2024 release window, has been given an E for everyone rating by the software board, suggesting it could release sometime in the near future. The Thousand Year Door Remake was previously rated in Brazil and Korea late last year, so the ESRB rating adds further credence to the idea it could be released earlier in 2024 than expected. The Switch game, announced last year, is a remake of a cult favorite GameCube title. Thousand Year Door was released to critical acclaim in 2004, has a score of 87 on Metacritic. Game won Console Role-Playing Game of the Year at the 8th Interactive Achievement Awards, now known as the DICE Awards. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door is likely one of the final large releases on the Nintendo's console before the Japanese publisher reveals plans for its next machine. Yeah. So, That means it can't be far away. Can't be far away. We'll keep our eyes and ears open for it. Whatever, dude. Okay. Horizon MMORPG is now essentially confirmed to be in development, job listing suggests. It's developed under the codename Project Skyline, with the initial codename being Project H. More details about an MMO based on Guerrilla's Horizon franchise have popped up online via 2 new job listings. Video game researcher Kurakasis took to Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, earlier today to detail everything they know to date about the upcoming game, including a rumor that it will be an MMORPG to be precise. They also shared details of job listings that seem to confirm the game in development may be called Land of Salvation. The game is now essentially confirmed to be in development, as an NCSoft employee posted a job listing on LinkedIn with a codename logo stylized similarly to the logo of Horizon Games. Kurakasis said, it's developed under the codename Project Skyline, with the initial codename being Project H. The game is seemingly coming to PC and mobile. There's no mention of PS5 on either job listing currently available online, and is being developed in UE5. It is expected to launch significantly later than Ion 2, which is anticipated to be released in 2024 or 2025. Thought around 140 people were working on the game in September of last year. It's weird to say that now. The project is being developed in Sung-Gu Lee's Lineage IP division, is led by Hong Young Choi, who previously was head of Lineage W development. Kurakasis added the project started around 2021, according to a former NCSoft employee's resume on LinkedIn and Facebook. NCSoft also registered a domain for what appears to be a game titled Land of Salvation. Land of Salvation could potentially be an official title for the Horizon MMO. Kurakasis said, this assumption is based on the fact that it is the only unannounced game we know of that could be revealed soon. Of course, it could be some other project we are not aware of also. The leak comes just weeks after Sony and Guild Wars publisher NCSoft announced a strategic partnership which aims to, quote, expand beyond console and broaden PlayStation's reach to a wider audience, end quote. NCSoft head Taijin Kim and Sony's Jim Ryan signed this partnership, with the companies now set to collaborate in various global business fields, including mobile, together. While no specifics were mentioned, the two companies stated they are evaluating a range of potential opportunities with an aim to foster strategic synergy. This will include leveraging NCSoft's technological prowess, as well as Sony's global leadership in the entertainment field. Okay, we'll see what comes. I mean, we all know that, like, Horizon was supposed to be having a multiplayer game made as well, just like The Last of Us and so many other very renowned single-player titles that have become popular, and they're all being, like, basically shut down, right? So, but it does look like they're still trying to move forward with a MMORPG in the world of Horizon, so we'll see how this goes. Mortal Kombat 1. Let's get that. That looks good. Mortal Kombat 1 reportedly receiving new online features. While developer NetherRealm Studios has successfully released Mortal Kombat 1, there's some room for improvement in the reboot of the iconic fighting video game series. The game is in fierce competition with the other two big giants in the genre, namely Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8. The title from Capcom is not available to play yet, but we know quite a bit about its features. Of course, every little detail that can improve gameplay has the potential to become a future addition to any of these games. The community of MK1 players had more than enough time to request certain features for the game, and recent leaks point to upcoming changes. MK1 already delivers quite an exciting online experience to the fans of the popular fighting series, but NetherRealm may be working on enhancing it with new features. According to the recent data mining, the game would receive 2 features highly requested by fans. On the one side, online lobbies would allow players to communicate and gather ahead of their matches. This is a feature already present in other games, and it would definitely improve the sense of community. On the other side, an online practice mode would allow for a better experience, especially for newcomers. Both of these features will be added to MK1 in a future update. Although there is no official confirmation on this matter, these two features could be on the list of things to be added to the game alongside crossplay. As revealed a few weeks ago, NetherRealm intends to add crossplay to MK1 in February of 2024. Would be the perfect occasion to introduce online lobbies in practice. It's worth noticing that these features have been present in previous games in the MK series, so it wouldn't be strange to see them added to MK1 also very soon. Yep. Cool. Well, that's good for everybody that is a fan of MK1 and has been looking for these types of features. So if you need more out of this, there was a trailer for Quan Chi, stuff like that in here. So if you want to take a look, there it is in chat, all right? Sonic Prime is getting a physical release. Sonic the Hedgehog Netflix series is coming to Blu-ray next year. So this is what you need to know. If you watched Sonic Prime Season 1 on Netflix and enjoyed it, the digital versions of the season are already available, but I think but pre-orders for Sonic Prime Season 1 are now available on Amazon with a release date of March 12th as physical copies. Physical copy will cost $20, include the first 8 episodes. No potential bonuses so far on the release, but if you're interested, not something specifically video games, but it is Sonic stuff, so a lot of Sonic fans out there. Blumhouse's Dead by Daylight movie gets exciting update. New update has been shared on the upcoming Dead by Daylight movie from Blumhouse's Ryan Turek. Latest update on the Dead by Daylight movie may come as welcome news to fans of the video game. Following the immense success of the Five Nights at Freddy's feature film, Blumhouse will take another stab at adapting a popular horror game with the upcoming movie based on Dead by Daylight. Blumhouse's Ryan Turek has addressed the current state of the project in a new interview with Collider, and he teased how the lessons learned from the Five Nights at Freddy's adaptation will only help the Dead by Daylight movie. Specifically, Turek observed how well fans responded to making a video game-based movie that was very faithful to its source material. That is now expected to be the same approach Blumhouse will take with the Dead by Daylight, though Turek also admitted that the creative team is still figuring out the best possible way to do that. Quote, I will say that one of the projects that I'm active on is Dead by Daylight, which is the video game adaptation of a game that's been around for like 7 years. I look at that as the celebration of horror that the video game itself is. What we've learned from Five Nights at Freddy's is obviously steer towards the fans and make a video game adaptation for the fans. I'm a huge DBD fan. I played, even though I steer to newer games like Alan Wake 2, and I'm like, let me play some Alan Wake tonight. I'm going to get into Dead by Daylight and play The Killer tonight. That one I'm super excited about, and we're currently mulling around what the way into it is. Remains to be seen what kind of success the Dead by Daylight movie will achieve, but staying faithful to the source material is a good start. Beyond Five Nights at Freddy's, other video game adaptations have done well by keeping the fans in mind. Mario Brothers movie made a killing when it was released in theaters last year, earning more than $1.3 billion worldwide. Sonic the Hedgehog movies have also been very successful, followed by a movie getting delayed to give Sonic a design that more closely resembled his video game counterpart. Thank God. That was going to be a horror movie until they changed the way Sonic looked, by the way. Fans were very critical of the original design for Sonic in the original trailer. If you didn't see it, take a look. As of now, a release date has not yet been set for the Dead by Daylight movie, but you I know. It was nightmare fuel, dude. Here, if you didn't know about this, it was it was horrific, dude. Seeing what Sonic was supposed to look like originally was like, ah! I'm glad they fixed it too. Square Enix's president says it will be aggressive in applying AI. Oh, dude. Okay, let me let's talk about this a second. Get this nice and big here. It's one of those things that is important for us to address on the constant, unfortunately. You know, as I said when I brought this article up. So let me just read this title real quick, then I'll talk about this. Square Enix's president says it will be aggressive in applying AI. In the short term, our goal will be to enhance our development productivity. So, I think that most of us as gaming enthusiasts and consumers, and even a lot of people that are in the workforce of the video game industry, understand that this is a pretty critical thing for us to be addressing right now. There are a lot of ethical concerns that surround quote unquote AI. I don't like that it's been called that. AI is not, this is not sentient technology. It's not, I don't like the fact that these types of technology being incorporated have been deemed AI. It's a weird play, but it is what it is. That's what it's been, coined, and that's how we keep referring to it as. So, we have to just kind of roll with it. But nonetheless, these AI forms of technology that are being incorporated in game development, it's not going away. And I think the important thing here is that we continue to fight on the front of ensuring that companies are incorporating and integrating this technology in the production process in ethical ways. And I've said from the get-go of, a lot of the ways that it's being incorporated is these developers have to still incorporate uniquely created assets.
Be whoop. This is the robot uprising. Hail your machine overlords. Be whoop. Be whoop. Be whoop.
The humans are dead. What up, dog? Yo, I was like, what is that, bro? Flipping TTS. Yo, what's up, Psych? Happy New Year's, bro. What's going on, man? Be whoop. Be whoop. What's going on? Yeah, so man, you got me distracted there. Yeah, happy New Year's to you too, buddy. What I was kind of building on there was I've been pretty outspoken and advocating for the fact that any of these corporations that are planning on heavily using AI, they still have to be utilizing AI based off of it building off of uniquely built assets for each project being made by these corporations, right? So whether you want to talk about the voice driven stuff in the game, so a lot of all the voice acting stuff needs to still be done uniquely driven, uniquely built table of voice acted assets, right? And then build off of that with AI or whatever. Same thing with artwork or text or or like written stuff or whatever. It needs to still have its own, each project still needs to have its own unique set and table of unique assets for the AI to build off of. It doesn't matter in what way the AI is being utilized. I think it's still, that's the only way that you can say that it's being utilized in an ethical type of way, Yo, what, you like that, dog? Kratos. Oh, dude, we already got the spider up there too. Yeah. Got some new stuff put on, dude. Just a couple. So the thing that worries me about Square in particular, before we read all this, Square has been a company that I honestly feel like their the quality of some of their stuff has been declining. They personally, for me, somebody who's been a fan of Square for a long time, and then I see them make something like Final Fantasy 16, which really wasn't a Final Fantasy game. It was like a Devil May Cry game with a Final Fantasy skin on it. Those are things that are concerning to me. I know they still do good stuff, but there's concerns there too. And then they've been very public and outspoken about doing things like being full force ahead on NFT, blockchain, Web3, you name it. Play to earn, that kind of stuff is disgusting. And because, as I've also stated before, those are also things that I can see being incorporated in a mutually beneficial way for us as consumers and video game enthusiasts, but it hasn't been done that way. And honestly, the video gaming infrastructure is not set up in a way for it to be incorporated in a very mutually beneficial way for us as consumers and video game players. So the way that it has been incorporated by almost every company so far, because we all know that a couple of years ago it was super, that was the trend. Those were the trend words, the NFT, blockchain, Web3. It was just a scamaz, dude. We were just getting scammed by all these companies that figured out they could make extra money off people by incorporating these mechanics. But Square has not pivoted off of these things that they want to be full force ahead on. They've been very publicly outspoken about how they still want to be going full force into NFTs, blockchain, all of that kind of crap, Web3, and I've not seen a company do it right. I haven't, to where it's mutually beneficial for us and them. And so that on top of, a company like this also saying that we're going to be aggressive in applying AI, I can only assume that they're not going to be doing it in a very ethical way. I could be wrong, but I do think that, I'll touch on that in a second, Syke. I also think that, it's I don't know. It's a really rough thing to address. We don't know for sure how it's going to be applied. Maybe they are going to do it the way that I say that it, and many other people feel like it needs to be done, and applying it in an ethical manner. But I have a lot of reservations. A lot of these bigger companies, whether it be Microsoft or Square Enix, or a lot of them have been very outspoken about the fact that we just saw where Xbox literally was promoting their indie division with AI generated art, and they had to pull it down because they started getting blasted for it. It's like one of those things, like, how are you going to promote your indie your indie world with AI generated artwork that wasn't based off of internally generated assets or anything? It's pretty gross. Yo, what up, Reagan? Okay, and to address this, before I read this, to address what Syke said, okay, but too many people were still scam up and take my money, though I agree with you, but this is what they also do. They also promote it in a way that, and I'm not going to disagree with you. People need to be more educated, be more apt to educate themselves about these kinds of things before they just dive in and get scammed. I absolutely agree. It's one of the reasons I do what I do. I try to educate people, right, on the things that I think people should stay away from, or the things that I think people are okay to support, right, or the things that people should even be supporting, right? But we also have to understand, and this is something the gaming industry has done to people for a long time, they build it up to be something that is what it isn't, right? So they get people amped up about something to believe a premise that isn't actually there. They get people to, they put a ton of marketing, a ton of, sales pitches and stuff like that behind something to get people to believe something that isn't actually what it is. So it's not anything new for the gaming industry, which is, again, why I do what I do, try to get people to, be a bit more hesitant, and not just buy into everything that maybe a gaming corporation is going to tell you, rather than doing a little bit of your own research and everything first. But this is what they've traditionally done to people too. So is some of the blame going to be on those people for getting scammed themselves? Absolutely. People need to be, have more sense to them in taking time to educate themselves about where they're going to be investing their money at. And I agree with you. But these companies are good at getting people hyped up about stuff and getting them to spend money. This is what they do, So it's a rough go at it. We'll read this real quick. Square president Takashi Kiryu says the company will be aggressive in applying AI in its development and publishing efforts in the future. Kiryu, who was appointed as the Final Fantasy firm's new boss in June, of the previous year made the comments in its traditional New Year's letter from the president. In the letter, the exec explains the new initiatives he has put in place since his appointment, including vetting games in development and accelerating a plan to provide more resources to its internal teams. Kiryu also said Square Enix was expanding knowledge sharing with the goal of standardizing its processes and enhancing our efficiency, as well as encouraging closer collaboration between its content and publishing teams. This is like a scary term when you're talking about using AI as well. Perhaps the most eye-catching section of the letter, however, mentions the president's ambitions in the area of artificial intelligence. We also intend to be aggressive in applying AI and other cutting-edge technologies to both our content development and our publishing functions, the exec wrote. In the short term, our goal would be to enhance our development productivity and achieve greater sophistication in our marketing efforts. In the longer term, we hope to leverage those technologies to create new forms of content for consumers, as we believe that technological innovation represents business opportunities. Earlier in the letter, Kiryu spoke to about the impact of generative AI such as ChatGPT, which he noted had quickly expanded to cover images, video, and music. I believe that generative AI has the potential not only to reshape what we create, but also to fundamentally change the processes by which we create, including programming, he said. The president did not share any specifics about how it could be used for AI game development, but Final Fantasy VII Remake's co-director has previously discussed how it built an AI tool for character facial animation and lip syncing. Square Enix's previous president, Yosuke Matsuda, used last year's letter to express the company's commitment to blockchain technology. Here we go. This is what I was talking about just a little bit ago. In the latest letter, Kiryu said the company would continue to support these efforts. In November, Xbox announced a multi-year deal with InWorld to build an AI dialogue and narrative tool at scale, which it said would enable it to deliver an accessible, responsibly designed multi-platform AI toolset to assist and empower creators in dialogue, story, and quest design. Xbox's chief financial officer, Tim Stewart, later elaborated at the Wells Fargo TMT Summit. On the developer side, you think about the millions and millions of dollars in a game spent on localization, script, how you think about players moving from point A to point B, and you have non-player characters have dialogue. AI can take care of all that. You now say, I need the player to get from A to B, and instead of having to write thousands of lines of scripting or code, you just have the AI get you from A to B. Things like localization and putting things in new languages. When we think about game testing, a million AI bots can run through a level of Minecraft and find where players get stuck, where they spend money. How they think about the level. So this is, pun intended, game changing for the developer. Yeah, I've said all along, dude, there are ways in which it can be incorporated that are going to be very, very good think about something like the premise of, I'm good, Reagan, how are you, friendo? Happy New Year. Happy 2024. You think about maybe like a recent game like, let's talk about Starfield. Let's talk about Starfield real quick, okay? They've got like, 1,000 planets to be discovered to go look at in that game. You think about how at least 9/10 of them are very bleak, don't harbor life or anything like that. And, the potential for AI to kind of take the reins and really flesh out and build fully driven worlds that you could explore, full of life and things like that. Again, I think that the way to do it ethically in the industry is to have tables of assets built up with, you know, different life forms and, you know, maybe, you know, whatever, dude. It could be minerals, it could be you name it, anything that could populate a planet, you know, foliage, you know, anything crazy. And then you let the AI also kind of mesh and mold all that into different things too, and self-generate these planets, right? And then it can turn all of these like planets that really a lot of people had found to be very bleak and unentertaining in the game into something to be explored in the game, right? And it does make it a much more efficient process. It doesn't take, you know, nearly as much time to have dedicated people go through and create each individual world. And it's still done in an ethical way, which all the assets are basically created by individuals, right? So there are ways for this to be done appropriately, but there's always concerns about what AI is being done here to just circumvent the process of incorporating uniquely designed things by people to be incorporated in the games, and to just circumvent having to hire people. And it's a slippery slope, man. I think that we've got to be very, very conscious about what's going on here, hyper aware of what's going on here. And, you know, if companies deserve to be called out, they need to be called out, right? So as far as Square Enix is concerned, I have great concerns about the way they're going to be applying AI in their development process, because I've been concerned about Square Enix for a good number of years now, for other reasons. And I think it's easy for me to say personally, they are not the development company that I fell in love with whenever I was younger. And I've seen it happen to too many other giant companies, you know what I mean, that have just turned into something that, in my opinion, shouldn't be supported anymore, you know? And I think Square is teetering on the edge of becoming one of those companies. They still make good content, but there are things that are happening, I think, that are worrisome, basically. All right. Mickey Mouse must be exterminated in new horror game Infestation 88. Dude, give it to me. I hate Mickey Mouse. Dude, I'm sorry. Mickey Mouse is terrifying. Always, I mean, like, I don't like Mickey Mouse, dude. Mickey Mouse must be exterminated in new horror game Infestation 88. Mickey Mouse, at least the earliest version, is now in the public domain. So, of course, this is happening. The earliest version of Mickey Mouse is now in public domain as of January 1st, and as many guessed, a game developer has announced its own twist on the character in a spooky setting. Nightmare Forge Games has announced Infestation 88, an episodic 1 to 4 player co-op survival horror game set in 1988. You play as an exterminator called upon to rid dwellings of twisted versions of classic characters and urban legends. And yes, Mickey Mouse is one of those characters. The game is set to release later this year on Steam as an early access title. That's horrific, dude.
Hey there, thanks for coming out. We've got a bit of an infestation here at the storage facility. We thought it was just rodents, but there's something else in here.
Where's my rat poison at, dude?
They're everywhere. We tried to take care of it ourselves, but things have escalated. The exterminators are our last hope. Please, help us before.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, bro. Infestation 88. I'll put it up on Steam in a second. Hold on. The version of Mickey Mouse that went into public domain today is the character's earliest appearance, dating back to 1928 Steamboat Willie. Newer versions of the character remain under Disney's control. Legal experts expect Disney to remain highly protective of its brand and Mickey Mouse specifically. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the days, weeks, and months ahead as inevitably more and more Mickey related projects come to light due to the public domain status of Steamboat Willie. Nice. Yeah. Infestation 88 features a number of unique locations, and players will visit these and unravel the mysteries and horrors of how each infestation began. Find the source at all costs reads a line from the game's description. Each area has its own unique classic character or urban legend to deal with. Mickey Mouse is one of these. You can see some of the others in the trailer and the image gallery in this story. Nice. The game will feature private and public lobbies as well as proximity-based and standard voice chat, so teams can work together to take down the evil creatures. Items are randomized, with which Nightmare Forge says should help boost the game's replayability. Players will unlock experience, skins, perks, and other items as they make progress in the game. What's more, the game supports NVIDIA DLSS, which Nightmare Forge says should allow for stunning visuals without sacrificing frame rate. Yeah, nice. DLSS is good stuff, dude. It really is. What is that? Yikers. That's creepy, man. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Let's see it on Steam real quick. Barrett, what up? Need Gordon Freeman on Exterminators. Yeah, dude, check this out. Here, I'll share it. If you guys want to check it out on Steam, here it is. What's up, buddy? Happy flipping 2024, yo. 20 stream streak. Let's go, broski. Thanks, man. Nice. All right. Retro Gaming Watch. Check this out, dude. Oh, let's get this right. Perfect. Retro Gaming Watch is a new smartwatch that flips open to deliver classic gaming goodness. Like an old school Game Boy that you can wear, the Retro Gaming Watch is a cool project and smartwatch that brings classic gaming to your wrist. Check that noise out. The Retro Gaming Watch, a passion project from Jason Rogers, has blown past its Kickstarter funding target of $35,000 US. As of writing, it's at $56,000 US and has an estimated delivery window of November of this coming year. As per its name, the Retro Gaming Watch is a smartwatch with a design focused on classic and retro video games from the 1980s. Maybe not partying. Ferret just kind of deals with headaches, kind of like I do, you know. Yo, that's kind of dope, though. Look at that. Or was it partying? Sporting a physical design and orange color reminiscent of the original Nintendo game and watch devices, the Retro Gaming Watch features a flip-open design to reveal its screen and controls. It's kind of like a Game Boy Advance SP that you can wear. According to Jason, including an FPGA field programmable gate array, ARM Cortex M33 processor running at up to 160 megahertz, 1.5 megabytes of fast RAM. Easy there. Easy. Which that's plenty to run those old school games. And a dedicated 2D graphics processor is enough power to handle DOS games and control and console releases from the 8-bit and 16-bit eras. Plus, it's a smartwatch that connects and interacts with your smartphone for app and message interactions. What sets this apart from off-the-shelf hardware that simply emulates retro gaming hardware is that it features custom FPGA programming with 2D video processing to ensure smooth and accurate representations of classic games. According to Jason, the Efinix T20 FPGA with its 20 kilobyte logic elements and around 1,000 kilobytes of RAM is enough to match any 16-bit console in the 90s, maybe even push us to the first 3D generation. Interesting. The Retro Gaming Watch's development spans 10 years, multiple iterations and revisions leading to the design you see here. As for the display, you're looking at a tiny 1.54-inch custom 320 by 320 pixel LCD with a 60 Hz refresh rate. Retro Gaming Watch also includes a magnetometer, accelerometer, audio amplifier, and mono speaker, with additional features like heart rate monitor, micro SD support, cameras, and shoulder buttons currently being considered. Interesting. We have built it. It works. Jason writes, we have a miniaturized proof of concept capable of doing most of the normal smartwatch things, as well as being a monster video game machine that will rival anything from the DOS and 16-bit console era. Even so, the ultimate goal for the Retro Watch to be a platform for budding developers, as running a game natively on the hardware uses 10 times less battery power. Nice. That's pretty cool, man. Yo, if you guys need anything out of here, I'll link it. That's pretty neat. Yeah, I wish you could say it was part of. That's what I was kind of figuring. Yeah, kind of assumed. Yeah, it's just brutal, dude. That sucks. Funny enough, dude, I did end up staying up late. I didn't party or anything, but I stayed up late. I ended up with a headache too, dude. I hadn't had one in a little while, but I ended up with a headache on New Year's Eve as well. And I think it was just because I stayed up later than I was normally used to. You know, my schedule got a bit jacked up, but I ended up with a pretty bad headache too. And dude, I could not wait to get home and get to bed, because my head was hurting as well. But slept it off, woke up the next day and felt okay. So I'm sorry you had to deal with it too, dude. Sucks. Microsoft boss changes tune after criticism of UK. Okay, let's see what we got here. Brad Smith has rode back on criticism he made last year that the UK was bad for business. Oh, dude, this because they were blocking the sale or the purchase of Activision Blizzard. Mr. Smith made the comments after the competition watchdog initially blocked the tech giant's planned takeover of the gaming giant Activision Blizzard. He said people's confidence in the UK had been severely shaken, but he has now said the Competition and Markets Authority, which went on to approve the deal, was tough and fair. Pushed Microsoft to change the acquisition that we had proposed for Activision Blizzard to spin out certain rights that the CMA was concerned about with respect to cloud gaming, Mr. Smith said in an interview with the BBC's Today's program. Yeah. We know about all this. Okay, I'm not going to read all. If you want to read all this, that's fine. It depends for me. It depends for me. Sometimes I can sleep. Usually it's like I'll take some medication and I'll sleep, and by the time I wake up, it'll be lessened at least. Sometimes it'll be gone. Sometimes it won't. It just depends. But I was lucky enough for that night, New Year's Eve, that I was able to get home and take some medication, pass out, and woke up the next day and was feeling all right. So. Yeah. Sorry to hear you were having to deal with one, dude. It's a bummer. I don't think I usually wake up worse. Mine will be like either just the same or less. So that does suck, dude. 10 years later, Valve is moving on from CSGO. Now that Counter-Strike 2 is well and truly alive, Valve is sunsetting support of Counter-Strike Global Offensive more than 10 years after the game first hit the market. Doesn't mean CSGO is going offline, but it will remain stuck on its current version for forevermore, and is now heralded as a legacy product. It's easy to highlight CSGO as one of the most influential games of all time, boasting consistently high player counts, a multi-million-dollar esports ecosystem, a billion-dollar skins market, and a gaming community that transcends borders. Becoming legacy. For now, CSGO should work exactly as it ever did, but it's likely it'll become shakier as time goes on, and Valve continues to work on Counter-Strike 2, applying updates that make the functionality of the now legacy game a little questionable. These details were outlined in the Legacy CSGO version document published by Valve on Steam's help page. Quote, the legacy version of CSGO is a frozen build of CSGO. Has all of the features of CSGO except for the official matchmaking. After January 1st, the game will still be available, but certain functionality that relies on compatibility with the game coordinator, e.g. access to inventory, may degrade and or fail. For more than a decade, CSGO continued to outclass other shooters time and again, dominating Steam and the PC community, and being regarded globally as one of the greatest first-person shooter games to ever be released. While Call of Duty, Battlefield, Rainbow Six, and other titles came and went, With each successive year, CSGO remained an eternal constant in the gaming industry. Yep. It's inevitable, dude. You know, that this happened with games. Basically, they evolved it. They tried to evolve it. They did evolve it. A lot of people weren't real happy with it, I think. I don't know what reviews are saying right now. Yeah. You probably just need to go get like an anthrax shot, dude, and that'll knock those headaches right out, you know? I know what you're talking about. You're talking about that Motrin. Ferret's memeing out about the fact that, like, anytime you ever went to the doctor for anything in the military, it was a Motrin. Oh, what? Your leg's hanging on by, you know, a thread? Yeah, just take some Motrin. You know? Take some Motrin, that'll fix it. That was always the go, dude. Yeah. Just give everybody Motrin for everything, you know? Oh, yeah, dude. Motrin for everything. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. All the time, dude. Didn't matter what it was. Oh, you got a sinus infection? Here, take some Motrin. Yeah. It didn't matter, dude. Yeah. Gotta have a root canal? Here, take some Motrin first. Yeah. Literally everything, dude. Yeah, it's become like a long running joke. It's a dark joke, but it's because it's true. That's all they want to do is just give you Motrin all the time. Yeah. But yeah, the CS:GO thing, I mean, yeah. They I haven't looked in a while. They were getting kind of blasted for a bit after the transition of CS:GO to CS:GO 2. They, you know, there are a lot of people who weren't happy, but it's almost inevitable. It had to happen to an extent, you know. Well, we probably need to look into it. Okay, the finals innocent players are being banned by mistake. So we've talked about the finals. Apparently this is a pretty solid FPS game. Competitive FPS game. Yeah, basically sight. Yeah, just sprinkle it on everything, dude. Yeah, absolutely. No more issues at all. Yeah, you instead of a salt shaker, you got a Motrin shaker. Yeah, or Motrin grinder. You just Motrin grind on all your food. You know? Yeah, man. So the finals has had a lot of cheating. We've read about this, and I'm probably going to be playing this weekend. My son has been talking about wanting to try like a different shooter game out together, and I showed him this because we had talked about it a little bit. It's a newer game. It's free to play and stuff. And I was like, why don't we just try this out, dude, this weekend? And he was like, oh yeah, this looks pretty cool. So I might be trying this out with my kid and with my son. And if we do, I'll update you guys with how it feels. I know there's supposed to be a rampant amount of cheating going on in it, which feels bad, but I'm more interested in feeling just what seeing how the game feels, you know? The cheating never feels good. I am a huge advocate for doing away with cheaters to the highest extent possible, and I mean throwing the book at them. Cheaters suck in online live service gaming, with competitive gaming. It's something that developers have to continually try to address, and in my opinion, if somebody gets caught cheating in these types of games, they don't get to play anymore. That's the way it should go. They get wrecked. It's not good for the communities. It's not good for the games. You know, they need to be done away with. You know, if somebody wants to mess around with, you know, some cheat codes and modding out their games for whatever in a single player game, it's not affecting anybody else, whatever, dude, have some fun. You do you. But when you're affecting other people's experiences and other people's gameplay, because you're a soft ass gamer and you can't take the time to get good, as it were, you should get wrecked. But this is something we see happen quite often, you know. We see this happen where cheating will become an issue in a live service competitive multiplayer game, the developers will try to implement fixes, and unfortunately there will be people that get caught in the crossfire, if you will, that shouldn't have. So this is going to be one of those instances where I think that the developers behind the finals have been trying to eliminate people that have been cheating in the game, and unfortunately there have been a number of accounts that have gotten caught for or been banned out that probably shouldn't have, you know. In an attempt to combat the slew of cheaters permeating the fabric of the finals, developer Embark Studios has rolled out a ban wave to tackle the malicious operators. Unfortunately, innocent and legitimate players have been caught up in that wave, and hundreds of gamers have taken to social media to stress that they've been banned for no reason. This includes streamers as well as the average player, all of whom have been impacted by what appears to be an indiscriminate, or at the very least a poorly tuned automatic ban algorithm. But don't panic, the finals was shadow dropped less than a month ago. It has already enjoyed a prestigious rise to fame. It pulled in tens of millions of players in just 2 weeks, putting it on par with some of the heaviest hitters in the genre. As a fast-paced, high-octane, and destructive shooter, the finals is bursting at the seams with adrenaline-fueled opportunities to lay the smackdown on a range of maps with some intriguing characters and abilities. But it is struggling with a hacker-packed pandemic, unfortunately. Embark Studios recently pushed out an epic ban wave that took down countless characters but also kicked regular legitimate players offline. It wasn't long before complaints started surfacing on social media platforms, but it wasn't all bad news. It has already been reported that some of these erroneous bans have been reversed, which is a clear indication of Embark Studios' intention to right its wrongs. Good. It's safe to imagine that with this being the first ban wave, some tweaks will need to be made to whatever automated system operates the ban hammer. Yeah, again, I mean, it's almost inevitable, you know, when a game like this comes out and they're trying to deal with a pretty nasty hacker and cheating kind of issue plaguing the game, that some legitimate accounts get unfortunately caught in the system as well, that's taking care of these bad actors, malicious actors. But they're doing work. They're unbanning the good accounts and stuff, it looks like, and they'll get it all sorted. I think the main thing to take away here is the glass is half full. They're trying to do what they can to get rid of the people that are cheating and hacking and ruining the game for people. That's of note, man. That's good. What are we talking about here? Oh. Yeah. You guys are funny, dude. All right, dude. Xbox achievement overhaul coming this year, rumor suggests. It's been claimed that the long-awaited rework to the Xbox achievement system is on the horizon, potentially dawning in this year. In September, they reported on claims that the beloved reward system would be getting a mass overhaul. Elements like platinum achievements being introduced in the future, but until now, no date for those changes was mentioned. Until recently, when during an episode of the Xbox Era podcast, Special Nick commented on the impending update, which suggested the changes could be coming this year. For the longest time, Xbox achievement system had remained relatively unchanged. It has existed for almost 2 decades. For the most part, Xbox has adopted an if it ain't broke approach to the system. However, there are epic changes on the horizon, rumored, and according to Special Nick, it might not be long before we get a look at the new system, how the new system might work. Quote, what I'm hearing is that Xbox are nearly done with their achievement overhaul with changes to achievements, and we should be seeing it next year. When they say next year, I'm assuming they're aware of the fact that it's New Year's Eve, so I guess they mean 2024. We should be, at the very least, being shown it, because you know how they sometimes put stuff in beta, then it goes through different rings. It's an important part of Microsoft's roadmap, apparently. There are several things Xbox players are calling for, such as Diamond or Platinum achievement for 100% completion, an achievement showcase on player profiles, a better tracking system for in-progress achievements, and a process for report failing or bugged achievements. Let's hope we see something soon. Look, man, this is one of the reasons Steam is so good. Steam. People love Steam on PC, right? Because they've done such a phenomenal job with your ability to flex. Yeah, your profile, your profile is very customizable. You know, achievements are very good on Steam. You got that, you know, you got that flexibility a little bit, you know, greater on Steam than you have on a lot of other platforms. And I think a lot of other platforms have taken note here as well. So Epic's been talking about updating theirs. I've seen recently there have been more games coming out on Epic that have achievements, but you still don't have a profile that you can really flesh out and customize like you can on Steam, right? As a gamer, most gamers that are avid to an extent enjoy being able to showcase and show off their profiles, their achievements, things like that. So it's appropriate that Xbox be pushing towards this, as most other platforms are, right? Oh, dude. You guys are funny. Oh, yeah. Fair, yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's good. Here's the last thing I have, guys. AGDQ is coming up. I've forgotten about it till we start going through articles this morning, and I didn't really come across an AGDQ article, but something kind of blipped for me and was like, oh, dude, I think we have AGDQ coming up. So if you're not familiar with GDQ, Games Done Quick, right? This is an amazing, amazing community for speedrunning marathons for charity. Take the camera off real quick. Take a look. Speedrunning marathons for charity. This is something that happens a few times a year. It is a it has become a very large platform for generating money for charities. And it's all about speedrunning. And it's quite often doing things for Doctors Without Borders, or I think they might even do St. Jude's. Let's see. They have it right here. Yeah, AGDQ 2024 will be held live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania from January 14th through the 21st, benefiting the Prevent Cancer Foundation. So all the proceeds are going to be going to the Prevent Cancer Foundation, as you can see right here. Attendee registration, hotel booking available now. They've got links for all that. Schedule is now live, which is right here, right? So you can see all of the schedule for everything they're going to do. They always do this on their site, and they've got a Twitch page. They've got a YouTube channel, all that stuff, and it's just cool. You can look at every single day. It's 24 hours a day for like 7 days, where they basically just have people speed running games, and they have basically commentary through the whole thing, so you know exactly for the most part anyways what's going on. And people, you can donate, and they have giveaways for if you do donate, you get put in for like basically like raffle giveaways and stuff where you might win things. But really it's more about, you know, the gaming community coming together, trying to generate some monetary means for really good charities, you know, here around the world. And they do a great job every single, you know, time they run one of these events. What did they generate last? I can't even remember off the top of my head anymore, but they generate a good amount of money for these charities. It's really cool. So you can look at it tells what platform they play on, what game it is, what the kind of run, any percent unrestricted, 101%, you know what I mean? Any percent glitchless, stuff like that. And this is for the first day, the 14th. Then you go to the 15th, then the 16th, you know, and they do special stuff on the last day where if they hit so many, if they hit certain thresholds for how much money they were trying to make, then they'll do special runs and stuff like that. It's a really, really neat platform. It's a really neat event. They do a couple of different events each year, a few different events each year, And this will be the first one for 2024. So it's coming up very soon. Less than 2 weeks? Yeah, so about 12 days from now. So look into this. Very neat. I love to promote Games Done Quick. It's an awesome thing that the gaming community has come together to create. And yeah, Psych, yeah, buddy, yeah. Nice emote, by the way. So if you're not familiar with the GDQ, then I highly recommend. It's actually one of the channels on Twitch that our channel here promotes while we're down. If you take a look, it's actually one of the channels that our channel here will promote people to go take a look at. So, yep. There's always, well, it's not just on Reddit. Their YouTube page has it. Their Twitch page has a bunch of old stuff you can watch, like all that. All their pages have all that old content on there. Yeah, which is one of the reasons I was actually promoting. But it's thanks for pointing that out. Yeah. So if you look at like their VOD, they've got a VOD button up here, right? So they've got a VOD button up at the top of this webpage. So if you just go to the link that I put in chat, they've got a VOD button up here that will take you to their YouTube page. You can watch a bunch of their old content, the previous events they've done, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, go take a look. It's a very good, great community, all about speed running, bringing a community of gamers together and generating money for good causes all the time. So highly recommend people take a look at this and attend and watch and be a part of this event whenever they are doing them. It's very good stuff. That's the news, yo. That's what we got. So happy first video gaming news segment of 2024. Thanks to everybody for being a part of it. We've got a day of making our 2024 gameplay schedule coming up. So we're not going to probably be playing games today or Thursday. Tomorrow's our normal down day. So tomorrow we'll be down for that's our 1 day a week. We're normally down. I know that I was down for New Year's Day for the holiday. So a bit weird. Day off, day on, day off, day on, But we're going to just hang out today, be watching a bunch of video game trailers, looking at all the games that are supposed to be releasing in 2024. We're going to be basically removing all the information from our 2023 schedule, copying it over, creating our 2024 gameplay schedule, tentative 2024 gameplay schedule, and having a good, nice look at what we're planning on playing this year. We're going to be throwing games on there, I think, like Lies of P, probably some RDR2, maybe some Stardew. Never played some Stardew. We're gonna get a bunch of community games in there. It's gonna be good, dude. We're gonna get a bunch of good games in there, as well as like we've got games coming out this year that I'm already planning on playing. Dragon's Dogma 2, Baby Steps, what is it? Unicorn Overlord. Is that the name of it? Yeah, there's dude, a bunch of games. We're gonna getting this entire schedule fleshed out. There's gonna be a lot of community involvement here as to what games everybody wants to see me play, what community games we want to play together, all of that kind of stuff, man. So yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah, for sure, Ferret. So that's what this is all about, is trying to come up with a nice outline of a tentative schedule for us to follow throughout the year. It changes. It's inevitable. It changes because we have so many games for this coming year that are still TBD. They're still to be determined or to be announced for what the definitive release date will be. And so, but it's fun, and I think it's important that we go ahead and get a schedule set up so that we have games that we know we want to play and are ready to play them whenever that time comes, So and it's a nice thing for us to have as a community here, so people can actually come in and run this command, and then you can access the schedule for every single so basically what we're supposed to be doing currently in the channel and what's coming up. You know, I think it's a nice thing for us to have. So that's what we're going to be doing over the next couple of days of the stream being live. We're going to be working on this together as a community, having some fun watching trailers of games that are supposed to be coming out, and just kind of enjoying the New Year's together. Yeah. So to everybody that was here and part of the video gaming news segment this morning, as always, thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. So if anybody's been able to hang out, you're not familiar with what we do, then we're live normally 6 days a week. Our schedule is normally going 6 days a week, every day but Wednesday. We start at roughly 6 a.m. CST CDT, kick it off with video gaming news like we're kind of wrapping up right now. And then normally we go and play video games for the rest of the day. Next couple of days, again, are going to be a bit different because we're going to be making our schedule. But normally we play games for the rest of the day. And we just have a good time. We got an amazing community here full of awesome people. We're a community that is built around just, obviously, you know, video games brings us together. We like video games. We have fun with video games, but we're passionate about it. We try to stay current on stuff, which is why we do the video gaming news stuff. But we also are a community that's all about being civil, trying to lift each other up, caring, wholesome, welcoming, inclusive, that kind of stuff, and being void of toxicity and the negativity that is just too rampant in the world nowadays, man. So if you can dig that kind of stuff, man, then come be a part of what we do when we are live every day. And we're always looking for more people to join and continue to be a part of our growing community, okay? Other than that, man, happy 2024, man. Happy Tuesday. Happy first stream of 2024. And I guess just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to run us an outro real quick, and as soon as I get back, we'll start getting prepared for working on our 2024 gameplay schedule. All right?